Asik. Ada iklan. Pernah yang lalu ya. Oke. Gitu. Belum ada yang datang ya. Jadi sini aku akan coba lanjutin lagi Archon Quest yang bagian 4. Belum, bukan lanjutin sih, tapi lebih tepatnya memulai Archon Quest yang bagian keempatnya. Kemarin kan yang ketiga. Jadi sekarang lanjut lagi yang keempat. Mungkin aku akan dikit baca komen live chatnya ya, karena aku lebih fokus ke storynya untuk sekarang. Fokus ke cerita questnya maksudnya. Partinya bukan ini. Partinya tuh party ini. Halo Bang, halo Darren. Udah, aku mau mulai Conquest. Tinggal 3 mapel lagi PS-nya. Oh, berarti besok terakhir ya?
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers?
Oh iya, sampai sini.
Let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
Enggak, besok 2, besoknya lagi 1. Nggak tahu kenapa gitu. Kok ngerepotin ya? Nggak sekalian aja ya? Di ini NPC-nya sombong amat. Nggak detail ngasih taunya.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Ya, suara Sanyo ini keren sih.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
Pamit dulu ya, mau belajar. Oh silakan, Darren. Aku juga fokus ke Archon Quest ya. Mungkin baca chatnya sedikit. Ya silakan belajar. Mau masih PTS soalnya kan? Silakan. Semoga nyonteknya gampang besok ya.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak.
Baca.
You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Mau masih nanya, oke. Di, oh gitu kucingnya loncat sendiri dan dia hilang. Iya tuh hilang loh. Bawah kah? Jatuh. Aneh. Salah. Sekarang gitu.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and us out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was pacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. That might explain why she's always mad at me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and...
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Aku juga mengenalmu sejak kecil. Maksudnya itu sejak kecilnya si Jabarnya atau si Isak.
Wow, what a nice guy.
Ih, tiba-tiba hujan. Semoga nggak masuk ke mic ya.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Huh?
Kenapa?
Don't say anything for now. Isak, stay here. Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
Oke. Ya, customer nggak jadi pulang karena hujan. Oh, tadi baru intronya ya, baru dimulainya. Oke. Harusnya pas ikutin Sanyo ini, Sanyonya juga ikut jalan dong. Kalau misal deket, kalau jauh, oke lah. Nggak ada karena ini tiba-tiba langsung di sana dia.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Ya, apa?
Have you heard? The mighty Scarlet King, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Yes, of course.
Makan.
The Scarlet King is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of the Scarlet King's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and the Scarlet King.
Iya, soalnya aku baru nggak ya, mungkin maksudnya gila tuh kayak Hypatia itu ya. Siapa sih namanya? Yang Hypatia itu loh, yang Malakas Karamus. Berarti di sini mungkin maksudnya Scarlet King ini Karamus ya.
Isn't it a sign of the Scarlet King's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Huh?
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Kamu dengarkan apa yang bilang tadi? Oh lah.
Yeah, bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir.
Good sir.
What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about the Scarlet King's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that the Scarlet King will return to this land. I'm not making this up. I swear.
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life.
Masuk akal kenapa kayak ini yang marah gitu ya.
Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for the Scarlet King's speedy return. Delavar also said that once the Scarlet King returns to our side, It's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under the Scarlet King and fight for a share of the glory.
Enggak merebut juga sih.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
Got it! At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like the Scarlet King, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Maksudnya sebenarnya mereka baca adalah akademia. Benar sih ya, dia tuh bukan Dendro Archon tapi akademia ya.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
What about you, man? Bahasa orang US kali.
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
Pagi bang, pagi Zen.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
I have many ways to stop you from talking. And many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody.
Karena sign-nya tuh mengintimidasi.
Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
Apa tuh?
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying.
Tentunya aku belum bisa. Nanti aku baca ya.
He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isak! I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's
Oh,
house?
tadi kita misah.
I can take you there. Just follow me.
Atau adek gue seneng banget main Genshin Impact. Kalau udah di kamar main ini ya udah serius bang. Gue emang gak ngerti. Masa gak ngerti Genshin tuh? Ya oke lah, awal main mungkin bingung di reaksi ya, tapi nggak perlu paham reaksi bisa memahami Genshin kok. Maksudnya tuh bisa enjoy ceritanya kok. Genshin tuh bukan game kompetitif, jadi nggak ngerti elemen-elemen kayak nggak ngerti build karakter pun masih bisa dimainin, masih bisa dinikmatin. BTW halo Zev Uti Utairus Al Asegaf, namanya panjang ya. Apa tuh kata Zeni? Raidenku sekarang main di Embam. Hyper belum? Loh, hyper belum kan biar cookie aja, biar cookie-nya kepake gitu. Oh, emang Raiden IM sama kan? Sama dengan cookie nggak? Damage-nya apa? Lebih besar? Ini lagu malamnya bagus juga nih. Aku baru dengar soalnya.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
Ngomong dong Paimon, dia Isaknya ngomong sendiri gitu. Sama tapi gampangan make Raiden soalnya elemen skillnya auto hit kan. Tapi oh iya sama sih auto hit tapi nggak belum tentu deket dengan apa namanya buah nggak tuh apa namanya yang dendro core-nya itu. Kalau misalnya jauh.
This is where Grandpa usually stays. There sure isn't much here.
Tapi damage-nya sama ya.
No.
Enggak.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before. But
Sama.
are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
Paimon care banget.
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
Pasti kena bang, coba aja. Oh iya kah? Emang iya? Kan belum apa sih dendrocore ya. Dendrocore-nya tuh kan harus bersentuhan dengan elektro kan, baru dia jadi hyper belum. Kalau enggak bereaksi kan.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
So, you know Tainari?
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Yes. Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too?
No, no need.
Aku tidak begitu kok.
Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house?
Dia tahu tempat. Belum
In the forest.
ada penunjuk.
From a
Tiga
scholar.
ya kalau. Apa tuh pasti malam bang, malam juga desa. Dulu namanya Desano, apa O nya tuh pakai 0 kan, pakai 1 berarti Desani dong namanya. Halo juga Desani. Apa tuh ya, Emerald Skill Raiden AOE, tapi tiap ketiga jadi memang pasti kena. Karena ini ya apa areanya besar itu jadi kena. Belum coba sih, tapi memang enak sih pakai itu. Dipakai spiral sampai 11.3 masih bisa. Cookie hyper belum. Kalau yang 12 aku belum ngerti musuhnya. Loh ini Desano tadi Desani. Oh berdua. Oh jadi nggak bisa ngajak ngobrol lagi. Oh, aku kayak dan pun bisa sampai 12.3. Aku yang 12 tuh belum pernah ngelawan musuhnya, jadi belum tahu selanya, belum tahu caranya gimana. Jadi stop dulu aku. Nggak lanjut dulu 12-nya. Nggak ngerti ngelawan musuhnya, belum paham. Belum dipelajari. Jadi belum bisa lanjut. Oh bisa ya pakai hyper belum ya? Di party 2 ya berarti ya, di slot 2 maksudnya, di bagian 2 ya. Native like. Oke, boleh Desano native like. Desania native like juga nggak?
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is.
Apa ini tuh?
Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, berarti aku normal, soalnya aku nggak ngeliat juga.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here. From the size and shape, they belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. The scent is quite faint, but still extant.
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Kita harus tanya kepada orang.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
Kamu coba makan enak. Kamu kasih.
Hey, what's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, they still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa. So someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars?
Demi membangkitkan Sekarang.
Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever...
Let's head to Aru village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here.
Candy. Emang tulisannya gitu apa singkatan gitu?
We'll set off to find the scholars.
Apa itu? Temen main dong bang, sekalian tes Raiden Hyperbloom. Kalau mau lihat Raiden Hyperbloom, kapan? Aku lagi di ini, lagi nggak niat domain hari ini. Bisa aja sih, maksudnya sekalian apa? Sekalian aku buat friendship aja gitu. Jadi biar Zenia sendiri yang ngelawan. Halo bang, halo Irfan, maaf nggak bisa chat terus dengar apa tuh, maaf nggak bisa chat terus dengar aja bang, temannya saya ngoding ngoding apa tuh, bahasa apa tuh, tapi kalau ngoding itu harus teliti sih, kalau nggak salah titik koma saja mati. Kadang tuh hal yang ngeselin ngoding tuh kurang koma aja, kurang titik aja tuh salah. Ntar oke. Ini ke rumah kepala desa. Oh, Candice-nya kepala desanya ya? Oh, bukan.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice too.
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Liu-nya kok kayak suara kecapean sih. Gitu.
Welcome back.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Oh iya, lagi dia di mana?
I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything useful?
Dia butuh satu hydro. Oh iya, boleh. Apa satu hydro? Bebas sih. Satu hydro. Hydro mah banyak akun utama.
So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
Maksud aku suara Candice ini pas ngomong S itu kayak pecah gitu suaranya. Apa mic-nya gimana? Ya pas recordingnya ya. Jadi ada menang depan. Perasaan aku aja apa?
The resurrection of the Scarlet King?
Ada ya
First
enggak?
I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall.
Iya di tempatnya itu kan.
Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention, making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
Jauh sih, tapi kalau teleport gampang.
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is
Delavar.
some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
Jadi namanya bukan Jabari ya? Beda.
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in the Scarlet King. Way they see it, the Scarlet King's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia. Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tuh panjang, nanti aku baca chatnya.
Yeah, you're amazing! You really...
Dia ngeliat mata komisi. Kalau tanya.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every mora I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
Why?
Wah, iwanya
Our
gitu.
village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust. I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the mad scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Ih, nguping. Kayaknya ada yang tahu deh, tapi dia tahu. Apa tuh di standar kenapa Andika? Entah, halo om mau numpang gabung, nggak usah numpang, selamanya gabung juga boleh kok. Ini Jamal. Halo Bang Amal, halo juga Andika. Baik kah kabarnya? Apa tuh kalau ada kokomnya tinggal AFK Bang. Auto hit. Oh iya ya. Tapi kok ada sih. Nanti tak coba deh. Auto hit skill Raiden juga auto ke-trigger kalau ada skill kokomi. Kalau salah Raiden tuh kalau ada hit ke musuh aja mau damage-nya berapapun ke-trigger deh. Bang, kira cici gue kons bang tanggal 1 konsen C1 sih di standar. Standar mah lain cerita kan, yang aku bilang diancam dapat cici kan banner karakter. Kalau di standar mah ya bukan ini, nggak termasuk.
Sino, please don't take offense.
Nah, kan?
I'm sure Dia just wants to help everyone solve their problem as quickly as possible. That's why she can be so straightforward at times.
I don't mind.
Ah, I see.
Kan
Well,
tiap
from the
Candice
way you were
ngomong
staring out
S
into the
itu
distance,
agak pecah
I
suaranya
thought
dia.
you might have been mulling over Dia's words.
Memang gitu
No.
suaranya.
I'm used to being... It's natural to fear strength. I take no objection to it.
Di standar. Di standar PT berapa? Tapi yang penting dapat, yang penting nggak di karakter lah, nggak di limited lah. Bang udah weekly kah belum? Oh weekly, tapi nanti kalau sempet ya. Aku mau akun quest dulu. Belum. Candice, iya Candice.
Here we are again.
Tiap kali Candice ngomong S itu pecah suaranya. Apa? Cuman aku doang yang ngerasain deh.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Kalau karakter lain nggak?
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist?
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Saweria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the academia knows very well that we're humans. just as
Saweria
they are.
siapa ya? Kok aku lupa Saweria yang mana ya? Kayak aku pernah dengar suaranya. Suarakan namanya gitu.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Aku bisa mulai bahasa tapi ku tidak membuat.
Hey, Dia. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Shh! Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be
Betul,
careful what you
betul.
say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for. Our mission started the moment we arrived.
Tapi di sana tadi sudah ketahuan
Let's go
deh ya.
check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
Bang, chapter 4 Sumeru cari daun Gerdelius sama masuk. Daun Gerdelius ya. Ngatain nanti nggak boleh, ngatain nanti bagus, kayak Cookie kan dulu katanya jelek, sekarang ada Hyper Bloom kayak kepake gitu, berguna lah ibaratnya Cookie-nya.
Come on. It's a rare
Tuh. Nggak boleh, pasti ada maksudnya. Pokoknya kalau karakter tuh nggak bagus lah ibaratnya. Nanti
Just
ada
out of luck.
elemennya, apa elemen ya? Ada reactionnya pasti. Kan memang Candice kurang kepake ya ibaratnya. Tapi nggak tahu nanti ke depannya kalau main Bloom atau Hyper Bloom atau apa nanti mungkin pakai dia.
You mean you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Another land, bener sih. Harus tunggu.
Hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are
Malu-maluin
they?
kan?
You
Malu-maluin.
barely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Tahu dong deh.
Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking
yeah.
together just a few days.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you.
Ini kamu
Then
juga.
I assume you also know that
Kan,
Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Apa tuh? Aku Candice cuman bagus di party First Kaya. Di Ayaka bisa juga sih. Masa Ayaka namain amal attack doang? Ya kalau nggak punya Ayaka, kalau F2P ya berarti partnya Candice. Siapa Candice? Kaya mungkin MC Anemo yang F2P ya, yang bintang yang free lah ibaratnya MC Anemo. Lagi siapa? Lisa atau Barbara? Iya. Kalau yang party F2P.
Welcome, weary travelers. All who seek rest will find it here.
What? So he's not at the hotel today?
Jadi aku balas. Ya guys. Oh, di luar. Ini party untuk keren ya, cepet jalan. Nyala sebelah apinya.
Are we there yet?
Belum.
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Aku agak mulai curiga sih.
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A wild stab in the dark.
Temennya mengkhianati. Makanya udah kelihatan. Tapi kenapa dia mengkhianati?
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Oh, Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake!
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think.
Itu muncul.
But you got one thing right.
Buah lagi.
We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samuel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet King despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Masalahnya mereka tuh tahu nggak Scarlet King yang dimaksud di sini yang mana? Masa mereka nggak tahu deh, makanya mereka kayak apa namanya? Kayak dukung gitu. Apa tuh kata Putra Payoga? Auto jadi Riran nggak bang? Kalaupun Riran itu mungkin 3.4an, mungkin Februari pas lantern merah itu mungkin, atau pas Januari mungkin. Jadi siap-siapin aja Primo Gem dari sekarang. Gitu Putra.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
Soalnya voice actor bagus-bagus sih.
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Mungkin di sini kalau dia sudah playable, dianya jadi trial jadi trial ya, tapi karena belum playable jadi hilang dianya.
Let me scribe.
Tapi ini party buat sprint, bukan party battle.
Decided by destiny.
Tapi bisa lah, gampang Pak.
Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic.
Pingsan. Oh, pingsan. Enggak mati kok, pingsan kok.
That should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit? Paimon can't remember them all.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Enger and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how the Scarlet King is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to
Iya,
some
makanya
food.
aku inget deh.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow, what a genius idea!
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about
Ini
Mora.
aja gue kepikiran.
Anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
Kata kamu bukan orang,
What makes you so sure?
karena tanpa majikan yang memberimu.
Uh,
Nah loh.
Dia, do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
Nah.
you two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon.
Aku tidak dibayar toh ya, kata dia.
I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people unless they were truly compassionate. I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy.
Iya.
It's all the academia's trickery, but I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie
Ikat
him up and
makan
bring
bawa
him
ke
to the
desa.
village.
Di jauh dong bawa ke desa, digeret. Bertiga kan digeret berarti. Diangkat gak mungkin bertiga.
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler.
Ah, time skip berarti. Oke.
As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Oh ngeri. Ada katanya. Sebenarnya waktu disuruh nunggu gini kita tuh disuruh explore dulu sih. Tapi kita gak explore.
Candace is an expert at dealing with people like this. All we have to do is wait for her word.
Nge-lag. Ya, oh tadi tuh apa ya? Tiba-tiba ada buah. Bukan buah sih, ada item bisa di pick up. Item apa? Ya nggak tahu. Nomor 12.
Hey, Dia.
Right on time. We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Tanya ini kayak siau ya, tiba-tiba ada, tiba-tiba hilang gitu.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Nggak langsung dimasukin. Sama saya harus ngeklik dulu, saya langsung masukin tuh, langsung loading aja nggak apa-apa.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Soalnya bagus.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
Langsung jadi ahli dia sama.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the village keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet King will only result in war. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry. I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about the Scarlet King's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called village keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
Dia bilang dia akan bantu. Dia tuh berarti kemungkinan si dokter itu ya.
I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there.
Iya. Oh, berarti dokter kan?
You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Oh, aku lanjutin. Gantikan Candice. Bakalan tahu siapa pihak musuh itu.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
Oh, lagi ngobrol mas.
Smooth.
Oh, tapi yang dua belum ditanya.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of
iya,
could be
Dottore
from the
kan.
academia. Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back.
Iya, makanya itu.
We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
Di kota Sumeru saat. Saweria yang mana? Lupa aku. Oh iya, yang itu ya, yang oke, yang
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
Ya hilang. Oh ada tuh. Untung nggak bisa diinjek, kalau bisa diinjek.
You look worried. Thinking about the village keepers?
Yes. I'd look for them myself if I could.
You have a strong sense of belonging here. I guess I'm the opposite. Mercs are stray dogs.
Dia, don't say that. You can be a part of this community too.
Thanks. I'll let you know when I feel like joining.
What scheme is the acad...
Ya kan bakal. Cutscene? Oh bukan cutscene. Ya, hitam kuping doang.
Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway? Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly
Silakan aku
nickname!
juga cinta kepentinganmu.
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. Makes it so
Gak sesuatu yang jadi bandingkan kondisi.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate.
Ngatain tapi gak tau mau ngatain apa.
Anyway, you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Apa tuh? Hitam kenapa? Nanti baca deh mungkin.
We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
Mungkin dia lagi kasih waktu buat kita mikir.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
All Hatham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru village. Bold of you to question our choices.
Yeah, you're all talk!
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which...
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
Please.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru village feel about what we're doing?
Bagaimana Pak?
In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Gandis said? Most people in Aru village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether the Scarlet King or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them.
Untuk hal hitam kayak nggak peduli, beda sama Sainyo yang masih ada pedulinya walaupun mereka sifatnya sama-sama dingin. Iya, beda sama-sama dingin tapi beda aliran. Harusnya sedang sibuk mekanik sama hujan. Loh, kehujanan. Emang di Palembang sih tadi barusan hujan sebentar sih. Tapi kayaknya hujan cuma basahin jalan doang. Ini udah nggak hujan soalnya. Ya kehujanan langsung kalau sampai rumah langsung beberes sih. Karena lagi musim sakit loh. Mana ya aku demam. Ini Marcelo. BTW halo Marcelo.
By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
Aduh, sana kecil dengan kita bisa. Orang yang sudah bicara dengan kita.
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived.
Sis, makanya sis, makanya cewek.
The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes, those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radical's next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with
ini kayak di bedah satu-satu.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
Oh.
We're on it.
Hilang. Aku kira mereka berdua bakal di sini. Taunya mereka berdua hilang. Ya salah jalan. Aku nggak hafal jalan desa di sini. Ayo bener ke sini. Pintu. Oh, ini rumahnya.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better?
Enggak.
Why's that?
Karena kamu menimbulkan konflik.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you. even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Diam. Aku tidak bisa menjamin.
Yeah, we came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation.
Iya, nggak ada tempat tinggal kita.
But even so, we've met lots of people
Apa
from
tuh
different places, and we've always
doang?
fought for what we believed in.
Jadi doang 20, kenapa 20? Halo bang, malam sore telat bang, tadi habis ngerjain akun Genshin Impact yang rendah itu bang, yang rendah, dan sumpah capeknya itu minta ampun. Nampaknya capek di mana dan capeknya kenapa? Genshin tuh game santai, nggak usah di speedrun.
We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Oh, Hatham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives.
Apa tuh Asoka? Karena tidak tahan gacha, saya gacha dan menyesal dapat Jin di PT 79. Loh, tahan, mau gacha siapa? Gacha nih lu, tahan dong, paling 2 minggu lagi, paling Jumat depan keluar nih lu. Apa tuh kata Yadi doang? Capeknya disuruh putar sana putar sini ban, dan gue bermasuk ke wilayah salju gitu bang. Oh, Dragon Span nggak wajib kok. Maksudnya tuh kalau mau ngejar sampai Sumeru, Dragon Span nggak wajib. Langsung ke Liyue aja. Dragon Span nggak wajib ya, seingat aku. Nah disitu baru terlihat capeknya banyak suruh cari tempat sejuk gitu bang. Iya, seingat aku Dragon Span nggak wajib deh. Soalnya tuh Genshin tuh ceritanya tuh dari Mondstadt terus ke Liyue, habis ke Liyue, Mondstadt tuh 1.0 keluarnya ya, rilisnya ya, sama Liyue juga. Habis itu ada ceritanya itu cerita ke Liyue itu keluarnya di 1.1. Habis itu baru Dragon Spine yang salju itu keluar tuh di versi 1.2. Jadi nggak harus ke salju dulu. Langsung ke Liyue aja. Saljunya di skip bisa kok. Nggak wajib itu. Kayak nggak wajib itu, kayak salju terus Enkanomiya itu juga nggak wajib. Kalau Chasm wajib soalnya. Nggak wajib kok. Itu di skip aja, langsung ke Liyue aja. Cari yang tulisannya Archon Quest gitu loh kalau bisa. Kalau mau sampai ke Sumeru maksudnya.
Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure she'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Al-Haytham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes
oh iya, kok ngeri?
I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Makanya.
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often. And when it does, it's much quieter.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an
rumah
old
sakit
hospital not far from the village.
Oh ngeri, ada malam tuh hantu, suara tangisan rumah sakit.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Yeah, let's go go.
Oh ngeri. Udah suara tangisan malam-malam. Rumah sakit lagi. Apa tuh? Tapi pengen cepet naikin AR-nya bang, makanya langsung masuk ke salju duluan bang. Level air gue masih 15 bang, makanya langsung main hajar. Apa itu wilayah salju bang? Dragon Spine. Nah, tujuan kamu tuh mau apa? Mau ke Sumeru atau mau kemana? Karena kalau Dragon Spine tuh nggak wajib. Ya Dragon Spine ini tidak wajib. Nggak wajib. Tuh kok gitu kameranya? Mana sih ngeliatnya selesai ya? Tuh kan ini dari Mondstadt, terus ke Liyue, ini di Liyue juga, terus ke Inazuma, habis itu ke Liyue lagi. Ini di mana ya? Ini di mana ya? Ini aku lupa di mana yang pengembara yang ini. Kayaknya di Liyue juga ya. Habis itu baru ke Sumeru. Oh ini kayaknya di Chasm tuh. Ini di Chasm apa ya? Lupa ingat. Baru ke Sumeru. Kalau naikin AR sih, aku nggak pernah ibaratnya farming AR sih, soalnya AR tuh nggak terlalu penting dinaikin kalau menurut aku. Tiap hari habisin resin aja, dapat AR pasti. Kerjain daily, domain, habisin resin gitu. Aku sih gitu sih. Aku main dari dulu nggak pernah ngejar AR sih. Aku salah jalan, nggak apa-apa dari sini. Bawah sana tuh ini ya curang ya. Baru sekali ini aku explore apa padang pasir itu. Lifeless. Tidak ada kehidupan. Oh ngeri tempatnya.
Is this the place? It's in terrible shape. And there's monsters. Watch out!
Yaelah, belum selesai ngomong udah ini.
One with nature.
Shadows of fate. Fate is upon you.
Oh ada lagi. Yaelah.
Delve into
clouds hide. The birds come.
Germinate. Scatter. Decided by destiny. Shadows of fate. Propagate. Run out.
Hati. Tiba-tiba ada yang kebuka. Apa tuh? Oh, untungnya mereka lebih mudah dihadapi daripada apa yang mereka. Memang kamu mainkan apa?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, you know, something like that. Look, super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
Atau ada penampakan bang, mana penampakan?
This is the one.
Tuan apa? Oh dia yang aktifin ya. Dari jauh bisa gitu. Berarti katalis al hitam. Enggak dong. Al hitam katalis lucu sih.
Let's go in and take a look.
Menjadi mau sakit untuk bengkalai. Untung udah siang. Iya makanya rumah sakit malam-malam aku ngeri.
We haven't found squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then.
Ayo. Until then what?
I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
And just like that, he sits down.
Wait,
he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion, in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
So,
Oh,
you got
bacain
that?
aja aja sulit ya.
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya.
Gimana nggak sulit tapi lucu.
How is he so relaxed? Look at him.
Ya baca buku
Book in a creepy place like this.
baca buku juga perlu. Mungkin kamu sudah waktunya belajar.
Hey, what good is that gonna do for you?
Terus
You're
gini
acting
kan.
like one of those annoying grown-ups who go around nagging people to focus on their studies.
Makin banyak belajar semakin masuk. Nah, ayo loh.
Hey, what gives? Shouldn't you be the one providing for Paimon?
Kayak itu yang aku lakukan.
Oh,
Iya sih udah.
okay then. Thank you for working so hard and earning so much more. If it weren't for you, Paimon would probably still be floating around in the ocean somewhere.
Mati dong. Thank you-nya gitu. Bahwa kali ini ngomong apa Paimon ngomong thank. Oh, waktu itu di time skip ya maksudnya. Bukan tiba-tiba malam.
Paimon's getting so sleepy.
Harusnya sih kalau tahu munculnya malam, kenapa nggak perginya pas malam gitu? Kenapa harus pas siang gitu? Secara story.
What was that sound?
There it is.
Dan Alhaitham sepanjang hari baca buku.
It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off
Ya,
about the interior
ada yang
here.
aneh dengan bagian dalam tempat ini. Ada kompartemen ya, ada celah. Ih, langsung auranya langsung aura ngeri gitu. Makanya Genshin kalau bikin game horror dapet sih.
As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Cara yang baru turun difficulty-nya dari kemarin bang. Gak tahu ya, aku yang Spek 12 aku belum ngerti yang lawan musuhnya jadi belum bisa komentar. Tapi harusnya lebih gampang sih.
Wow.
It's
like they tucked another hospital into this one.
Dia harus sakit lain dia sebenarnya buat.
Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here.
Puzzle ya.
Let's keep exploring.
Iya, kayaknya puzzle deh. Selesaikan mekanisme sedikit. Iya. Puzzle gitu kan. Harusnya dendro ini kan maksudnya. Oh iya. Apa? Tempat oh ala anemo. Oke.
Into the wind.
Ya jangan mati. Oh enggak. Tapi bener kesini loh, belum nyalain yang lainnya. Kayaknya salah deh, saya belum harus kesini deh. Nggak usah dimainin deh bola-bolanya. Iya, belum kesini saatnya. Ya, kejebak dong, nggak bisa naik dong. Ya, tele lagi ya, ulang lagi. Apa tuh? Ya kalau baru juga tumbuh butuh elektro buat betul. Kemarin kan aku langsung lawan aja kan, maksudnya belum baca apa ya tutorialnya aja lah. Pas aku baca ya, dia kayak aksi overcharge gitu ya. Ibaratnya dikasih listrik tambahan. Berarti main ini dong. Main electro charge ya di situ ya. Ibaratnya aku belum familiar, soalnya aku belum explore Sumerunya, belum aku explore, jadi gimana aku mau tahu gitu. Kaget aku. Gimana mau tahu cara lawannya?
One with nature.
Oh, ini lama matinya. Justru tuh, oke.
Shadows of fate.
The wind knows me.
Oh, ada ya, pakai party battle.
Terminate.
One with nature.
Delve into destiny. Written in the stars. I'm out of here. Scatter. Let me scribe.
Oh iya. Ada mekanik entar harus dihit pakai lektor sebelum membebas sapi. Kalau nggak salah dia tuh pas ngilang ya, pas dia ngilang itu harus pakai lektor gitu. Jadi nanti dia kayak ke overcharge gitu lah, kayak ke apa namanya? Apa sih? Kayak ke kelebihan ngecas gitu. Jadi baru dia muncul, kelihatan di mana. Tapi kalau pakai karakter yang ngasih tanda kayak Mona, kayak Cici, itu tandanya tetap kelihatan. Tapi nggak tahu bisa pas dia ngilang tuh bisa dilawan nggak? Kita tahu posisinya tapi bisa dilawan nggak? Juga, tuh lagi mana? Nggak kelihatan. Oh, masa nggak bisa ya? Apa ini? Musuh baru, aku belum tahu musuh ini. Tapi gampang. Oke, ke lantai bawah tanah. Oh, itu yang kroco, maksudku yang bos bukan yang kecil. Oh, yang namanya panjang gitu, yang network apa gitu. Yang 12 giga ya? Itu aku malah belum ketemu. Yang kroco itu. Oh, itu masuk kroco ya? Nggak ada. Aku mau bersin. Aku bawa sampai 12.1. Pemberitahuan darurat. Abas kok habis? Indonesia ya. Ini ngeri loh, makanya Genshin tuh kalau di game horror berapa kali aku bilang pasti ngeri loh. Skill sekelas Win lah, mirip-mirip, cuman bisa ngilang. Tapi pas dia menghilang itu bisa dilawan kan?
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly with that.
Wait.
Oh, Hitam kenal.
You're...
Oh, suara dia.
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused.
Bener baca dia kayak kakek.
Too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holds up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
Apa dia tipe yang pergi ke hutan?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste,
Oh, bisa
they
dihit
failed
ya?
to notice Razak hiding in a corner.
Oh, berarti misalnya kena burst Mona kan ada omennya gitu ya? Itu bisa dihit ya tanpa harus diliatin, tanpa harus dia kelihatan ya?
The symptoms are identical.
Begitu teman.
Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Gimana tuh? Iya sih. Beda ngamuk di sini.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet
Jadi nanti yang
King's
disalahin
followers.
ya itu yang radikal.
Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that.
Benar, jadi kalau ada misalnya yang terlibat, gak ngeliat ke akademianya, ngeliatnya ke pengikutnya.
The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory too, but there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place?
Karena
Why does it want them back now?
Karena diminta sama Dotorit.
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean can't knowledge comes from people's brains?
Bang, kenapa Andika?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
Gabut lo, gabut. Hangout sudah belum?
So, the human brain...
Kamu bisa tahu tentang.
Paimon doesn't want to think about this.
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects.
Benar juga.
Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Paimon's a little confused.
Mereka bisa pakai otak siapa?
Anyone's brain?
Tidak mungkin benar sebagian besar. Dan ini bisa bukan bahwa pengetahuan itu. Iya.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
Dia membutuhkan orang yang.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge. But what is their ultimate goal?
Iya, setelah tercapai mau ngapain lagi?
I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry.
Even Genshin yang toko menguji ilmu ekonomi kita. Enggak juga. Even Genshin yang toko itu yang aku nggak tahu ya, aku baru bagian yang pertama itu kayak event ini sih, kayak event yang kita bikin kembang api itu sih sebenarnya. Nggak terlalu ilmu ekonomi, nggak terlalu sih, tapi ya, itu benar sih sebagai yang punya sebagai pengajualan itu benar sih kata-kata ya. Di cutscene-nya itu benar, di quest-nya itu.
Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not.
I'm
not sure.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Dia menyangkal tentang kejadian namanya.
Hyman's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
Apa tuh kata Muhammad? Panjang namanya. Halo, kok tante? Anda pakai kacamata nggak? Gitu. Genshin sekarang mirip dengan Sumeru kemarin panen mora. Oh iya, banyak moranya ya. Aku belum selesaiin semua soalnya.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
Oh, ini gimana?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru village.
Kunci kuno, oh bakal ada kunci kuno. Jadi nggak ada loh. Kenapa nggak disuruh langsung? Ini mencurigakan sih. Kenapa nggak disuruh lapor langsung aja? Sebenarnya buat apa? Oh, quest ya. Kan juga masih main sih. Bacanya nanti. Oh, baru masuk ke yang tadi. Baru masuk ke yang ini apa? Yang tadi plunge attack pakai Kazuha tadi. Oke. Head quest berarti. Kan namanya BK, namanya bel kacem, lucu. Lucu. Pas setelah ini langsung off kah? Rencana aku sih gitu sih Andika. Andika mau ini ya weekly ya.
We're back.
Oh ini Alhitamnya ikut masuk juga.
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's
Yes.
grandfather.
Oh, ini bisa
Nevertheless,
jalan dia.
he's one of the people we're trying to find.
Buahnya lucu.
At one point in time, the abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
Mana gak penting.
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Di, nah lo siapa? Aimon.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
May pantem lagi nanti.
Choose your next words very carefully.
Iya.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole.
Kalau lu mau off aja bang, gue solo aja weekly. Oh gitu ya. Iya nih rencana aku sih, aku fokus akun quest dulu sih. Mungkin besok live lagi. Itu.
Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point, but I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules.
Oh iya bang, gue lanjut mampir sih bang. Oh ya, makasih Andika udah mampir ya. Lain kali mungkin bisa weekly bareng deh. Minggu depan kan harusnya nggak ada akun quest lagi ya, berarti bisa weekly bareng. Atuh.
I remember seeing a thick notebook
Makasih lo udah
next to the
mampir.
control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The Academia has been watching you longer than you think.
Loh, kok diem? Ah, voice-nya putus. Tapi fakta kalau
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Pasti awal.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Kalau mereka bisa memprediksi kemana gerakanku, nanti aku bisa menebak kemana mereka. Oke.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now! If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
Ya dibalik aja, satu langkah dibalik.
Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
Itemnya memang tegak atau duduk ya? Kok tiba-tiba tegaknya gitu sih? Nggak ada animasinya. Apa tuh? Kalau bener Nahida bareng Yoimiya di fase 1 kayaknya bakal gacha weapon aku. Kalau nyisa primo ya habis Nahida. Oh, Nahida dulu baru senjatanya. Katanya kan Nahida, Yoimiya sama Layla satu fase gitu ya. Katanya sih gitu. Mau jadi bentar.
I must go. There's also something I want to investigate.
Sedikit.
Let's go, guys! After him! Please, wait! I want to go too!
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Nah, itu bukan kakeknya.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you! Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
Ya, apa satu lagi? Aduh.
I'll be awaiting your...
Band selanjutnya bagus, dapat weapon Nahida ambil, dapat weapon Yoimiya ambil, red-on, efek BPJS nggak tuh? Aku nggak tahu senjata Nahida apa. Aku nggak tahu senjatanya. Maksudnya nggak tahu statnya apa gitu. Dan aku nggak baca leak. Kalau senjata Yoimiya bagus, bukan senjata Yoimiya sih, senjata Thundernya bagus, tapi nggak tahu kalau senjatanya Nahida apa, statnya apa gitu. Pernah baca tapi nggak inget. Bacanya pun baca translatean lah, jadi nggak akurat. Apa tuh? Ikuti. Di luar. Nah ya, udah jam 8. Bagus pasti buat Nahida. Nah ya pasti. Tapi buat yang lain bisa nggak? Kalau senjata cuma bisa satu karakter, untuk sekarang kurang sih aku. Sekarang dapat Nahida dulu, iya pasti. Makanya senjata karakter dulu baru senjata. Kalau senjata dulu karakter yang nggak dapat buat apa? Ya buat yang lain bisa sih, tapi ya sayang aja gitu. Pengen ketemu. Kamu nggak ketemu.
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
Okay.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there looks like it's buried really deep.
These are likely fragments of an Academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way, because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things.
Oh gitu. Dikumpulin.
Looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
Bener juga.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Oh, bener.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
But running on sand is so tiring.
Nggak memang terbang.
But you're flying,
Oh, dibilang.
Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Of course it is.
Apa itu tempat mencurigakan?
Voices, over there.
Voice apa?
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Atau ini ntar bener niru sama Albedo, bener senjata pertama setipe nggak sih? Bener senjata pertama yang setipe nggak sih? Setipe. Oh, Albedo senjatanya jet apa ya? Kalau Nilu kan senjatanya dia.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting.
Ya ada bulu-bulu gitu, apa bola-bola gelundungan gitu. Kalau
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Rahman, namanya bagus Rahman. Sama-sama sword. Yang Albedo nanti senjatanya apa? Jet cutter. Apa ya? Apa ya? Yang Nilo, siapa satunya tahu senjata yang Nilo, satu lagi senjata apa? 20.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do.
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Nah, jangan gitu, ganggu.
What are you doing? Huh? Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa?
Nggak gitu, tunggu dulu.
Why are you on their side?
Tunggu selesai dulu baru.
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates
Iya.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself. I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Netral.
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side
Suara-suaranya bagus loh, voice actor bagus.
mission of resurrecting the Scarlet King. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Sebenarnya Sami Shepherd, tapi katanya malah pet ada yang muncul. Sami Shepherd. Oh Sami Shepherd. Oh ya bentuknya kayak vortex gitu ya, kuning ya, kayak geo gitu ya. Sama nanti bercerita. Oh nggak tahu ya, kalau kemarin di live streaming apa? Aku nggak perhatiin. Aduh, belum sampai sini aku request BTW. Halo bang. Halo juga Iki, jangan ditonton kalau nggak mau spoiler. Dengar suaranya aja atau baca chatnya aja. Nanti ke spoiler.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
Jaga desa.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Kita mau main Genshin ngantuk mulu loh. Kenapa? Waktu kecapean.
Yes.
We've
waited a long
time
for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate, with these scholars in our custody, will stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Saweria.
Menahan para peneliti ini, berarti dia yang nahan, berarti ada di sini. Saya menahan masukan.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison.
Jangan dengan Akademia, dengan kita aja nggak ada apa-apanya.
If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
Two men, oke, berarti saya udah dewasa, two men. Bukan two boys ya.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukadavada have to filthy traitors? Your gods abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet King. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
Ini berarti kayak sebenarnya kayak perang agama gitu, perang kepercayaan gitu ya.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile.
Ya udah bang, aku mau daily quest bentaran habis itu mungkin. Iya silakan, jangan nonton dulu kalau misalnya takut ke spoiler.
Perhaps we should. Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely.
Any
wise person
gitu, semua bisa
my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Kalian bunuh dia nggak bakal sih memang.
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Maksudnya supaya dia dari dalam gitu ya. Yang memang bisa memiliki kesempatan untuk memperhatikan peneliti bakal bisa.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
Diplomatisnya gitu.
You were the scribe. What do you have against the Academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the Academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the Academia's way of doing things?
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
Oh, berarti bagus nih jadi presiden.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good.
Oke, siapnya iya gitu.
These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Cutscene, oh enggak. Nah, lo apa yang terjadi? Kau rasa sebelum mereka maju Sanyo? Bukan.
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are
Kalau
both
sekarang
desert folk.
potong tangan.
Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to
Ngeri
pieces?
sih. Untung nggak ada yang
You
nyergap
show
ya.
me that you're serious. Go on
Kalau
now,
tinggal
take
ke
your
tempat
friends and
ini,
leave.
aku banget.
Meet me in the desert
Oh gila
at
bawa
noon
temen.
tomorrow.
Iya, sampai jam berapa bang? Paling sampai jam 8:30 deh. Soalnya nih operator yang pulang agak malam. Atau di 20.45 deh, atau 20.40 kan. Bukan mencoba, tapi memang dianya yang nawarin Magri. Lebih tepatnya.
I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Walaupun aku tahu nggak bakalan terjadi, karena kalau bakalan terjadi jadi nggak jadi playable dong ibaratnya. Iya, ibaratnya nggak mungkin terjadi gitu.
That was crazy. Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm.
Nah gitu, ya bener sih, tapi nggak gitu dong. Yang pernah gue.
Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
Bukan fine.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened.
Iya, isaknya ini.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as
Aku
an
rasa
excuse to
dia
brag
itu
about
cuma
himself?
dia cuma menceritakan secara prinsip.
Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
Maksudnya ini dikasih tombol bulat, tombol enter itu jangan langsung ke skip. Jadi kalau belum kebaca ini ke lewat. Jangan langsung gitu harusnya. 6-8 deh. Masuk dekat teleport ya.
You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here.
Ini kan dari sana, kenapa dari sini? Berarti ceritanya kita dari sebelah.
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless
Sama
yesterday.
ini.
No more of that today, understood?
Fine.
Iya. Itu tempat yang dijanjikan di mana? Oh, sesuatu yang baru. Berarti bukan teleport. Berarti ini explore ya. Oke. Pas lah berarti nanti pas kesini pas besok buat lanjutnya. Ini pakai party sprint. Viral salah. Ini party sprint. apa tuh, berpikir keras, arak. Kenapa pikir keras? Pikirnya lembut aja. Oh, malah ke bawah, masuk ke atas. Malah. Kenapa keras Irfan? Oh, jadi kok ngoding ya? Coding tuh menurut aku salah satu hal yang salah pas kuliah itu adalah kita tuh kenapa diajarin banyak coding. Harusnya tuh cukup satu aja, tapi didalemi apa yang lagi populer, misalnya kayak Android, apa bikin Android Studio gitu. Mending kayak gitu daripada banyak program bahasa pemrograman tapi nggak nangkep semua ibaratnya. Justru bikin program algoritma sama dosen. Hah? Gelas 3 liter 4 liter. Maksudnya apa gelas 4 liter? Ini apa nih? Oh, ini hewan biasa ya?
Shadows of fate.
Oh, isinya daging gak sih? Oh iya, hewan biasa. Gak ngedep apa-apa, berarti gak usah dilawan. Gimana cara begini? Ya karena gak tahu. Mungkin caranya begini. Itu dapat daging sapi. Iya. Oh, ini makanya aku ngeliat meme kan. Kenapa kita bunuh? Intinya kenapa bunuh apa ya? Ibaratnya bunuh apa kalajengking dapatnya 3 daging. Harusnya 1 atau 2 lah. 1 sih harusnya sih. Ibaratnya apa ya? Biba hutan aja dapatnya 2. Masa ini dapatnya apa namanya, dapatnya 3. Banyak ya chance-nya ya, karena pada pasirnya terbuka kan, jadi kelihatan semua. Iya, dan juga dagingnya daging sapi 3 lagi, gak nyambung. Tapi nggak daging sapi sih, dan tulisannya kan raw meat, daging mentah. Yang jadi pertanyaan kenapa ada 3? Lucu itu, lucu kan balapan. Jangan diganggu sih. Apa nih, withering juga ada? Oh, withering kalau sudah putih gitu. Oh iya, ada juga. Walah. Ini lucu nih, lucu kan jangan dilawan sih. Yang lomba lari ini. Marah nggak ya? Deketin kayak marah deh. Tuh, hilang hiliculnya. Oh, enggak ya. Ini merah marah pasti. Ngamuk pasti yang dilawan, deketin. Nah, sebelah sana. Cukup bisa di set auto hanya dapat dilihat untuk orang yang punya link. Apa tuh? Disuruh ganti PP YouTube sama dosen biar mudah dikenali. Sedianya dapat untuk link. Apa itu? Oh, ini video di ini ya, di unlisted ya, itu namanya di unlisted sih. Jadi yang punya link aja yang bisa lihat. Ada nih ya. The mouse looking desert. Oh, ini yang ini ya, yang bos baru yang nggak namanya ada networknya lah. Pin dulu deh. Ada nggak? Ada sih sedikit. Iya bang. Oh. Tapi ya oke lah, kalau ngumpul tugas sih biasanya cuma nanti disuruh kasih linknya gitu sih, disuruh kumpulin linknya gitu. Tapi kalau lomba biasanya tuh malah nggak boleh di ini di unlisted, harus di public biasanya. Kalau misalnya naik ke lomba sih biasanya gitu. Tempatnya menarik tapi nggak usah keluar lagi. Apa nih, mekanisme apa lagi nih? Coba lihat stat Xiao Kubang menggelegar nggak sih? Bukan menggelegar tapi menggelegar. Nah, nickname-mu siapa di sini, Irfan? Apa aku kasih nama nggak ya? Itu kasih nama sih. Mana teliti nggak, mataku kadang nggak teliti. Oh udah ada. Ya 90. Ipang awak lihat keret sama gede mas. Ini mah sudah katam. Senjatanya ini lagi. Oke. Paling kalau mau ke artenya lagi sih. Ini cari lagi nih. Ke ini sih apa, ke Vermilion sih. Ini bagus sih. Iya bagus. Iya bagus sih. Ini bagus juga. Paling gobletnya sih, goblet sama circlet deh. Lihat bunga bang, bunganya bagus kak. Bunganya bagus, lengkap gitu loh. Bunganya bagus nih. Memang bunga tuh gampang, ibaratnya bunga tuh yang sering bagus gitu bunga pesan aku. Yang susah tuh circlet. Yang susah tuh circlet, yang substratnya bagus tuh susah. Substrat yang biasanya jelek tuh circlet. Kalau bunga biasanya bagus. Bagus sih bunganya. Itu iya bang, aku lagi nyari Vermilion. Nyarinya gampang, yang bagusnya itu yang susah. Oh pecah, oke. Aku belum pernah kesini. Memang padang pasir gini sih, pada itu luas dan hampa gitu. Aku kaget nembus. Oh, memang kemarin belum dilihat sebelum ini. Biasanya kan setelah itu langsung dilihat statnya gimana. Oh di dalam sini ya. Keren. Ada rasanya ada sih, coba sih ngelawan. Nggak ngerti ngelawan musuh yang ini pakai elektro ya. Gak harus buka sesuatu kan, langsung masuk aja kan. Iyalah, wih, keren sih tempatnya. Tempatnya mengintimidasi sekali. Oh, dia menghilang. Oke, siap. Aku nggak tahu cara ngelawannya gimana. Asal pukul aja sekarang. Mati.
Into the wind.
Allow me. Nowhere to hide. Don't blink. Hey.
Oh ini harus pakai elektro ya katanya ya. Gunakan atau untuk memperoleh katalis. Coba katalis aja. Katalis itu reaksi yang mana? Aku lupa.
Speed of light. With sword comes shadow. Incoming. Hey.
Keren sih, animasinya keren sih. Apa tuh bosnya lemah bang sama Zhongli, ku belum masuk ke fase berikutnya, mati duluan. Bosnya lemah bang sama Zhongli, ku belum masuk ke fase berikutnya, mati duluan. Hah? Oh maksudnya musuhnya mati duluan? Berarti udah 12-3 dong, soalnya kan itu ada di 12-3. Ingat aku. Xiao, maksudnya Xiao. Oh maksudnya Xiao mati duluan. Oh tadi maksudnya sama Xiao. Oh kan lagi kacau bang. Ya udah satu-satu dulu, jangan ngecek dua-dua. Oh ini 3-3 ya, oke. Tapi Xiao dengan Zhongli jauh sih. Berarti bukan typo, berarti memang salah mau ngetik gitu.
Hold the line.
Clouds high. The birds.
Germinate. Ha! Don't blink. Ha! Yeah. Good. Speed of light. Hey, nowhere to hide.
The wind knows me.
Scatter. Rest and rebuild. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Spring forth. Ha! Incoming. With sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Hey!
Caliber. Nyala sendiri HP-nya. Kemana ya? Tunggu itu revive. Bang, kalau kelas apa tuh? Gelas apa kelas? Ada dua. Bang, kalau gelas abu aduh. Gelas abu kurang 4 liter, ada yang 3 liter, kondisi gelas di awal 0 liter, di bawah 3 liter, gimana gelas A bisa 9 liter dan B 0 liter. Aturannya bisa isi gelas A. Gimana? Aduh. Gelas A kosong, gelas B 3. Ya gelas B nya tinggal dituangin ke A aja. Tapi ya yang nggak bisa dong, maksudnya mau yang gelas A nya mau jadi 4 liter. Kan isi yang gelas B cuma 3 liter. Berarti kalau gitu ini gelas A nya bakalan terisi 3 liter tapi kurang seliter karena gelas B nya cuma 3 liter. Oh, kok disuruh mikir. Wah, Kazunya lupa.
Let me weave you a verse. Lightning terrified. Propagate. Know my sword. Witness the power of Gugwa.
Aturannya bisa isi gelas A. Iya kan gelas A nya terisi 3 liter. Misalnya gelas A bisa 4 liter. Oh kebalik. Kan dibalik. Ini lumayan sih. Lihat soal susah. Soal gelas A 4, gelas awal B 0. Ingin menjadi A di akhir 1 liter dan B dari 7 liter. Ya, gelas A nya dituangin aja semuanya sampai sisa 1 liter. Nanti gelas B nya penuh 3 liter, gelas A nya sisa 1 liter. Mati. Oke bang, makasih. Mas Akal juga. Lo iya lah iya kan. Di PDF bapak ini katanya ada 6 step. Kok ribet amat. Ada gelas A, gelas B. Gelas A nya 4, ininya yang B nya 3. Ya tinggal dituangin aja. Kalau yang pertama tadi kan gimana supaya gelas B nya terisi. Ya tadi kan atau bisa ngisi gelas A. Jadi gelas A ini gelas ini gelas A, ini gelas B. Yang pertama tadi ya. Pertama tadi yang gelas B ini isinya 3 liter. Yang A ini 4 liter tapi kosong. Terus aturannya gimana caranya supaya isi gelas A? Ya udah tinggal tuang aja. Jadi gelas A nya nanti isinya 3, yang B nya 0. Karena isinya cuma 3 yang B tadi. Terus yang kedua tadi kebalik, gelas A nya isinya 4 liter. Yang B nya 0 liter kosong ya. Terus ingin menjadi A itu 1 liter, yang B nya jadi 3 liter. Ya udah tinggal dituangin aja sebanyak 3 liter ke sini. Nanti ini tinggal isinya 3, ini isinya 4. Kok ribet? Kalau jangan bang. Iya. tinggal dituang ya, tapi diliatin gelas takarnya berapa milinya. Kalau kelebihan dikurangin. Tuangnya juga, jangan tuang semua. Kalau yang kondisi pertama tadi tuang semua nggak apa-apa karena isinya cuma 3. Kalau yang kondisi kedua jangan tuang semua tapi disisain sebagian. Udah refresh belum dia? Kan susah sih ya. Nggak tahu ya, asal gitu kan, maksudnya gitu kan. Masih investigasi bos. Ini kalau saya tampilan bukunya harus diperbarui sih, masa kayak gini tampilannya. Apa sih? 39 ya, oke. Di sini bisa ngelawan ini end stream deh. Ini aku di mana? Oh alah, salah. Bisa ya langsung ini kan jatuhnya. 4 langsung sprint tuh nggak bisa, harus mencet L1 dulu, agak ribet sih. Dari 2 gelas itu kemungkinan apalagi ya bang, aku bingung kalau isi gelasnya 22. Kalau isi gelas jadi 22 bisa isi nggak bang kalau gelas awalnya tidak berisi? Gelas awalnya tuh gelas yang mana? A2 liter, B2 liter. Ya berarti gelas yang terisi harusnya gelas A, karena gelas A kan 4 liter. Ya udah tuangin aja 4 liter. Apa 2 liternya ke B, 2 liternya ke A. Jadi nanti yang A nanti ada ruang kosongnya 2 liter, yang B-nya ada ruang kosong 1 liter. Nggak ada bantuan alat loh. Emang bantuannya mau alat kayak apa? Ini lumayan tapi. Oke, udah, aku udah selesai nih live-nya. Apa namanya, Irfan dan juga yang lain mungkin kalau udah nonton, makasih loh masih nontonin. Jadi aku cuman akun quest doang, tapi nggak selesai deh. Atau nanggung jangan-jangan deh. Biasanya akun quest tuh sekitar 2 jam sejam sih. Jangan-jangan nanggung. Ngeselin sih kalau misalnya nanggung. Misalnya besok lanjut tapi tinggal beberapa menit gitu kan nanggung. Tapi ya udahlah, emang udah harus stop dulu. Mau tutup rokok soalnya.
This realm
85. Oke bang, oke, bye. Evan istirahat dulu kalau capek Evan. Oke, kalau begitu aku stop streaming ya. Makasih udah pada nyimak, udah pada nonton. Walaupun kayaknya nggak ada yang banyak nonton deh. Tapi mungkin semoga di replay banyak yang nonton ya. Ya, semoga aja. Makasih semuanya, sampai jumpa lagi di live selanjutnya. Mungkin besok live, tapi nanti malam nggak live sih. Maksudku udah live-nya sekali aja deh. Gitu. Sampai jumpa, makasih, selamat makan, selamat tidur, selamat istirahat. Dah, dadah, makasih nonton. Oke semuanya, kalau gitu stop streaming ya. Makasih loh pada nyimak. Stop streaming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dadah.